Hey guys, CharrChan here, and today's video I thought we'd do a review of the WACOM DTU-1031X. Please ignore these little air bubbles as I put this screen protector on myself. Also please ignore this little tab up here as that's on the screen protector and it'll just make it easier for me to remove if I ever need to. So I thought we'd start with the tablet's physical features before we plug it into the laptop. So the tablet screen is 10 inches across like that. Right, I have a ruler here, I should show you. So we have a 10-inch screen. You can you can't even read the numbers on this ruler. 10-inch screen anyway. We have a batteryless pen which you can take out of the little pen holder area if my camera would stay in focus. There we go. And there's a pen stand there if you want it. You often find these tablets in places like dentists and office settings, but I use mine for art. Here we have a little light that will turn on when you plug the tablet in, and there's no buttons anywhere on this tablet. There are no buttons on the pen, so please be aware that there are no buttons on this pen. There are no buttons anywhere on this tablet at all. Well, that's the front of the tablet. Let's move over to the back. So on the back of the tablet we have 6 rubber feet, so 2 on the bottom here and then 4 on the back of the tablet at each corner. Then here is where the HDMI cable plugs in. This tablet connects via an HDMI to 2 USB ports. You will need 2 USB ports for this tablet to work correctly. I'm not sure if the place I bought my tablet from sent a very short cable or they just come with very short cables. This tablet is refurbished and came from Poland, so whether or not I was supposed to receive a longer cable than this, I don't know, but I make it work. I did find when I plugged these USB connectors into a USB extension cord, it didn't work. The tablet just did not like it, so keep that in mind. It might just be my laptop, but yeah. Anyway, I have a very short cable for this tablet. I don't know if it's because it's refurbished or anything. There's not a lot of info on this tablet, that's why I'm making this review. Anyway, moving on. The tablet has 2 little leggy stands with rubber caps on the end so it doesn't slide about. And it also has 4 little screw holes so you can connect this to an actual stand with a movable arm if you wanted. So there's that. Well, that's all the physical features of this tablet. Let's plug it into my laptop. Now it's not very easy to capture this on camera. I will have a Speedpaint that I recorded on this tablet, so I can talk over that and have a bit of a voiceover portion of this video as well, but before that I thought we'd do a little overview of what it's like to draw on this tablet. First of all, I'd like to say that this tablet cost between £80 and £200. That's in Great British pounds. I bought my tablet from Poland and it was refurbished, so this tablet is second hand. All of the tablets I've seen in England have been about £200, so I went for the one that was about £80. As I mentioned earlier, this tablet tends to be used more in dentist offices more than anything, so there's some information. In fact, that's the first place I actually used one of these tablets, was at my dentist. So as you can see, tablet works perfectly fine. It does have quite a small screen though, so the only resolution I usually draw on this tablet is a 3000 by 4000 canvas on Fire Alpaca. Obviously it doesn't matter what drawing software you use, but I choose to use Fire Alpaca as GIMP tends to be a little bit difficult to set up nicely on this tablet, just with all the floaty boxes it tends to have. But that's personal preference, it's totally up to you which drawing software you like to use. I also only have this tablet installed on my laptop, as it is not compatible with other tablets. I emailed Wacom when I was buying this tablet and they told me that this tablet wouldn't interfere and would work perfectly fine alongside a Wacom Bamboo, which is my main drawing tablet. And it arrived and I installed it on my computer and it did not work. As in, the tablet worked, but I couldn't use both tablets at different times, so I'd unplug this one and plug the Bamboo and it wouldn't work. So I had to uninstall both and just have the Bamboo on my desktop computer, and I installed this on my laptop. So something to keep in mind is that this tablet is not compatible with other Wacom devices being installed on the same computer. It's a common thing with Wacom. It's just something to keep in mind. Because there are no buttons on this tablet, it can be a little bit annoying or a bit tricky to get used to. So in Fire Alpaca I have the undo button up here, so I just have to hit undo when I want to undo and redo. I can't right click on this pen as there are no buttons. Unlike with my Wacom Bamboo, I have these buttons on either side of the pen, and no, this pen does not work with this tablet. So it can be a little bit annoying that you can't program any buttons either on the tablet or the pen as there are no buttons. But you do get used to it. It can be a little cramped to work in a 10-inch screen, that's why I only really use this tablet for personal work and sketching. You can do fully finished pieces on this tablet. In fact, I will put some examples on screen now of work I have done on this tablet, but it's not exactly easy to do fully finished pieces on this tablet. In terms of pressure sensitivity, it's quite sensitive. It has the same levels of pressure sensitivity as the Wacom Bamboo, which is another reason I actually bought this tablet, is because the Wacom Bamboo is my main tablet. So it's a decent pressure sensitivity, but not the best out there. The Wacom Intuos has much better pressure sensitivity than this. One more thing I'd like to mention about this screen is that it is a little bit on the pixely side. It doesn't have the best resolution out there, and you could buy a tablet for the same price or a little bit more with a better resolution, as well as more pressure sensitivity and a bigger screen. I'm not really making a good case for this tablet, am I? But anyway, the point is, I got this tablet for £80, which is ridiculously cheap for a screen tablet, even if it is second-hand. Especially a Wacom tablet as well. And this tablet fits my needs perfectly. It's portable, not that I'm going anywhere in the current time this video is recorded. But anyway, it's portable, it is USB connected. That is a big advantage. You only need a USB, well, you need 2 USB ports and it connects via an HDMI, so very sleek design. I mean, it was designed for office use mainly, so it is designed to be fairly simple, but it works quite well for doodling or artists. You could use this for professional work or animation. However, it is, as I said, quite a small space, so I wouldn't recommend it for professional use too often, if that makes sense. So I don't use this tablet for my professional work, I use it for personal work. I should mention at this point that I am a full-time artist and fursuit maker, so this review is coming from someone who works as an artist, if that's of any use in this video. I don't want to come off as like oh, I'm an artist, oh, I know what I'm talking about, because I don't really know what I'm talking about half the time. I've just had this tablet for a few months and thought I could give a bit of a review since there isn't much info on this tablet from artists. So yes, the screen is a little bit on the pixely side, is quite small, so can feel a little bit cramped to work in, and also the colours I have noticed are a little bit funky. You can work with it, especially if you know your colours and your colour wheel / colour graph. It's not too difficult to work around, but it is something to keep in mind. I'm not sure if these colours are adjustable. I couldn't find it in my settings, but you might be able to. I'm not very tech savvy. I did have a little bit of trouble trying to set this up to work with my laptop, since my laptop didn't really like it that much, but I did get there in the end just with some fiddling around in the settings, and now I just have to plug it in and off I go. I'm ready to draw with it. It is fairly easy to set up, you just need to download the drivers from the Wacom site, and off you go and you're drawing. Well, after you've installed it and everything, of course. So I think that's everything I have to say in this portion of the video. For the next portion, we're going to move into a drawing, where I will go over pros and cons, and if this tablet is the right thing for you. So I did not record the sketch, as I didn't think I was going to record a tablet review. I was just recording a Speedpaint, but here we are making a tablet review. Anyway, as I mentioned, this tablet costs between £80 and £200 on average. However, once you start getting up to the £200 mark, I would honestly suggest looking into different tablets. On eBay, I saw quite a few Wacom ones listed second-hand at about the £200 mark. And this tablet, the WACOM DTU-1031X, I don't think is worth £200. I wouldn't pay that much for it. I would say that it's worth about £80, very much worth the £80, but not worth the £200. I'm pretty sure that Huion does some good graphics tablets for about the £200 mark, maybe a little bit more, so have a look at them. I haven't used their products myself, however I do hear good things about them. Or you could buy a second-hand Wacom for about the £200 mark. Depends, it's totally up to you. This is just a bit of information for you. As I also mentioned, this tablet is not able to coexist on the same computer with another tablet. So I couldn't use my Wacom Bamboo and my Wacom DTU-1031X on the same computer, which was a bit of a downside for me. But I made it work and I'm okay with the setup I have now. Anyway, let's move into some pros and cons. The pros of this tablet are that it is cheap if you buy it from the right suppliers. It's responsive, it has good pressure sensitivity equal to that of the Wacom Bamboo. As I mentioned, the Wacom Bamboo is the tablet I use for my professional work, or my commission work, same thing. The tablet connects via a USB cable to HDMI on one end, and honestly that is a huge advantage because you don't have all those cables taking up space looking really cluttered. It's very easy to just plug in and go, compared to a Cintiq, which is a very permanent desk feature. If you have a Cintiq, you have to have that on your desk at all times pretty much, because it has a lot of wires, whereas this one, just one cable, done. You can unplug it and store it away and take it out. It's good, it's very compact. However, you will need at least 2 USB ports to be able to use this tablet. It has built-in little leggies, so you can kind of have a slanted drawing angle thingy going on for more comfortable posture and drawing, and it's very portable, which is another good advantage for a screen tablet. The cons of this tablet are that it is small, very small screen, so a bit cramped. It's a little bit on the pixely side, so not the best resolution. There are no buttons on the tablet at all, so you can't have any shortcuts programmed, and it is an older model. However, the older model thing, in my opinion, isn't really a con or a pro as such, it's just a thing to keep in mind. While I can't confirm this, I have heard that newer models from Wacom haven't had as long of a lifespan as older ones, so there's something you might want to research if you are looking into getting a tablet. But that's just some rumours I've heard. I can't say that for sure, as I only have older models, so here I am with my Wacom Bamboo and my Wacom DTU-1031X. I think that is all of the info I can give you. Feel free to leave any questions in the comments below and I will try to answer you. Keep in mind I haven't used this tablet all that much. I've used it for a few drawings here and there, just for personal work and doodles, more than anything else. One last thing I'd like to mention is that you do not need a screen tablet to produce good artwork. I use a non-screen tablet for my professional work, and I use a screen tablet for just personal doodles and stuff, so it is really just up to personal preference what you would like to use. If you are just beginning to get into digital art, then I suggest looking into a non-screen tablet. The Wacom Bamboo is my personal favourite, but then again I'm quite biased since I've been using the Wacom Bamboo for since 2013, 2014, so quite a few years. But there's also a newer model, the WACOM Intuos, which is very popular. There are also like other brands such as Huion, that's a very big one right now. But it's just up to you what you want to start with. You could start with a screen tablet, but I don't really recommend it. It's quite uncommon to start with a screen tablet, but it's totally up to you. Well, I think that is everything I could say in this video, so I'm gonna go. Before I do go though, I'm gonna say that this drawing was of Billy Joe Cobra from Dude That's My Ghost, which I have been loving. It is my favourite show of all time, I think. Watched it a few years ago, I'm rewatching it again now, and very much enjoying it. Highly recommend it. Anyway, I'm also going to say that the background colours are a little bit funky. That's not to do with the tablet, that's to do with me being tired when I drew this and wasn't thinking properly about my colour selections. So yeah, it's not the best background I've ever done. But I'm going to go now before I keep rambling. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please do not hit the like button, as that probably hurts and it's not very nice, so maybe shake his hand instead. With that being said, I hope to see you in the next one, and bye! I hope you all know I wave at the microphone every time I say that.